This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
We're working to connect a region of over 600 million bridges between our lands.
Hello and welcome to ASEAN in Focus, delivering to you the latest news in and around the ASEAN region. I'm Judith Yamera. On today's headlines. Malacanang on Monday said the government will investigate reports that Chinese Coast Guards barred a Filipino television news crew from conducting interviews in Panatag Scarborough Shoal and urged them to file a formal complaint to allow the Philippine government to take appropriate action. 7 ASEAN private companies were recognized at the second ASEAN Red Ribbon for Outstanding Workplaces or ARO Award ceremony and forum held in Kuala Lumpur. And Net25's entry Kid Cuento, Everyone Can Be a Hero, bagged the award for the professional non-fiction category for ages 7 and below in the recent second Southeast Asia Video Festival for Children. Malacanang on Monday said the government will investigate reports that Chinese Coast Guards barred a Filipino television news crew from conducting interviews in Panatag Scarborough Shoal and urged them to file a formal complaint to allow the Philippine government to take appropriate action. Presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo made this remark after footage of the incident aired on the TV network GMA7, which was recorded on November 8, a few days before the two-day state visit of Chinese President Xi Jinping to the country.
First, we have to validate. We have to validate what happened there. Are you referring to that incident where the media man? Yes. Because I have seen the video. It was shown to me. First, I said we have to validate whether or not, because according to that Coast Guard, it was prohibited. I said, is it a policy of China to prohibit media men from going there or not? We don't know that yet. So that's why I told them, you have to review them. They were saying that their fishes were being confiscated, or half of the caught fish. And I was asking them, were they able to interview them? Yeah, yes. Oh, and what did they say? They said, hindi na sir. Oh, okay pala. Okay na pala ngayon. Kung dati kino-confiscate, ngayon hindi na. So, pabor pala sa atin.
While it is not yet clear whether China committed a violation or not, Panelo said he has already informed Chinese ambassador to the Philippines, Zhao Jianhua, about the incident. In July 2016, The Hague invalidated China's claim over the West Philippine Sea or South China Sea and ruled in favor of the Philippines' rights over the area. However, China refused to recognize it. President Duterte has taken a friendly approach on the issue by engaging China in bilateral talks. Malacanang on Monday rejected claims made by Communist Party of the Philippines or CCP founding chairman Jose Maria Sison that the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding on Cooperation on Oil and Gas Development between the Philippines and China is a clear act of treason. Presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo pointed out that there was nothing in the deal which can be a basis for treason since it's just an agreement to agree.
Maybe he has not read the agreement signed. It's just an agreement to agree on certain things. There's nothing there that will be a basis for any allegation of treason. Even the critics say there's nothing there. First, the agreement is just an agreement to agree. So it's just a framework. as correctly stated by Secretary of Foreign Affairs. It will be the basis of negotiations, talking points, and then after that, there will be an agreement between the two countries. We'll start from the...
Panelo explained that it will start from those assigned to initially make some talks, then it will reach another level until it reaches Locsin. Malacanang provided members of the media with copies of the MOU in both English and Chinese languages. Under the MOU, both Philippine and Chinese governments have decided to negotiate on an accelerated basis on agreements or arrangements to facilitate oil and gas exploration and exploitation in relevant maritime areas, consistent with applicable rules of international law. It also states that the two governments will endeavor to agree on the cooperation agreements within 12 months of this Memorandum of Understanding. In a statement on Saturday, Season described the MOU as a clear act of treason, a blatant betrayal of the sovereign rights and national patrimony of the Philippines and the Filipino people. Season urged Filipinos to reject the MOU since it only sets aside the Philippines' victory against China in the arbitral tribunal ruling on the West Philippine Sea. Former First Lady Imelda Marcos is asking the Sandigan Bayan to forward her case to the Supreme Court for further proceedings, as she announced her plans to seek the help of the High Court over her graft conviction. Marcos made the appeal in a notice filed before the Anti-Graft Court's 5th Division. With due respect, the accused submits the decision convicting her is contrary to facts, law, and jurisprudence, Marcos said. The filing took place even as the division has yet to decide on her motion to avail of post-conviction remedies. Marcos, who is out on bail, was found guilty of 7 counts of graft for allegedly creating foundations in Switzerland where her family supposedly had pecuniary interest. The former First Lady was sentenced to 6 to 11 years imprisonment for each count. Senator Antonio Trillanes on Tuesday, November 27, welcomed the government's probe into his parents' transactions, with the government saying he would voluntarily walk into any detention facility, even in Davao, if investigators find anything anomalous. Trillanes said he welcomes President Rodrigo Duterte's statement on probing supposed transactions of his deceased father and his 84-year-old mother. He, however, also attacked the president in the same statement, accusing him of being behind the smuggling of 6.4 billion pesos and 11 billion pesos drug shipments in the country recently. On Monday, November 26, President Duterte revealed a probe into the transactions of Trillanes' mother Estelita and his father, where the Philippine Navy was already underway. The president said the transactions took place even when both Trillanes and his father were in the naval service.
I am here at Gastown, which is a National Historic Site in Vancouver, British Columbia. Located in Vancouver's oldest neighborhood is the steam-powered clock, which is Gastown's most famous landmark. Make sure to tune in to Digital Nest every Tuesday and Thursday at 7:30 p.m. I am Lou Aquino, EBC correspondent, and I am 1 with 25.
Events happen around us all the time, in our community, in our country, around the world. Events that affect people, move communities, or simply inspire us. Interesting events that people need to know. In these interesting times, we continue to be a competent partner in delivering news about these events. Fast, accurate, balanced. Eagle News, because we live in interesting times.
Seven ASEAN private companies were recognized at the second ASEAN Red Ribbon for Outstanding Workplaces, or ARO Award ceremony and forum held in Kuala Lumpur. These companies were awarded for their remarkable actions to prevent and control HIV in the workplace, raise HIV awareness of workers, and promote discriminatory policies and environment for workers with HIV and AIDS. Malaysian Minister of Human Resources M. Kulasegaran and ASEAN Deputy Secretary General for ASEAN Social Cultural Community Kung Fowak jointly conferred the awards to Jarudong Park Medical Center of Brunei Darussalam, Derweris Company Limited of Cambodia, Wayang Windu Geothermal Energy of Indonesia, Petroleum National Berhad of Malaysia, Knowles Electronics Corporation of the Philippines, MSD International GmbH Singapore Branch, and Sandan Company Limited of Thailand. The ARO Award was developed to encourage employers and workers to develop, expand, and participate in the programs and activities that reduce the prevalence of HIV and AIDS in the workplace, including promotion of inclusive and supportive working environment. In the long run, the award is expected to contribute to the vision of zero new HIV infection, zero discrimination, and zero AIDS-related deaths in the workplace in ASEAN member states. Two-way trade between South Korea and the Association of Southeast Asian Nations is expected to top $160 billion this year, a senior financial regulator said Monday, as Seoul seeks to bolster ties with the 10-member regional bloc. Kim Yong-bom, Vice Chairman of the Financial Services Commission, or FSC, made the remarks at an annual meeting with ambassadors from the Southeast Asian nations and India. In the first 10 months of this year, trade volume between South Korea and ASEAN stood at $132.1 billion, up 7.6% on year, Kim told the meeting. Kim said South Korean financial firms are also expected to extend their operations in ASEAN member states. The number of branches of South Korean financial companies in ASEAN and India stood at 162. Seoul has sought